Hey guys, welcome to day 6 of our devotional on grace and forgiveness. Brian and Kelsey here. Brian's going to take it away.
So today we're going to be talking about what sanctification is. So sanctification is the lifelong process where God works with us to make us more like Jesus in our thoughts, our attitudes, and our actions. Sanctification is probably pretty unfamiliar because it's not used every day, but it's been an important one to describe Christians for a long time. The word sanctification comes from the Latin root sanctus, which means holy. Simply put, it means the process of becoming holy. Christians have always referred to salvation as the great act of God where He rescues us from our sin and our brokenness. But within salvation, which is the all-encompassing work of God, the Bible also speaks of justification, sanctification, and glorification. But today we're going to focus on sanctification. But let's take a minute to look at the bigger picture here. Justification is about the initial moment of salvation when we confess Jesus as Lord. In this moment, God justifies us, that is, He declares that we are right with God. Glorification is about the ultimate state of Christians when Jesus returns. This is what we will become. But the in-between, our initial justification and final glorification, is God's work of sanctification in our lives. A lot of vacations here. In between being made right with God and ultimately being made perfect in the future, the Spirit is at work in our everyday lives to make sure that we become more like Jesus. As we commit ourselves to prayer, to worship, to scripture reading, to church, and to service, we're being sanctified by God. We're becoming more like Jesus because of who God has created us to be in Him. Through these actions, prompted by our relationship with God, we are becoming holy. While it may seem arrogant to think that you are becoming holy, God says that this is a true reality in your life. Sanctification is not about what we do by ourselves. It's about what God sent His Spirit to live inside of us to do and to make us more like Jesus. He makes us holy. So spend some time praying today, asking God through His Spirit to make you more into the image of who Jesus is.
Here's some verses to go along with this. The first one is 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 18. And it says, "And we all, with unveiled face, beholding the glory of the Lord, are being transformed into the same image from one degree of glory to another. For this comes from the Lord, who is the Spirit." Our second verse is Romans 6:19, and it says, "I am speaking in human terms because of your natural limitations. For just as you once presented your members as slaves to impurity and to lawlessness, leading to more lawlessness, so now present your members as slaves to righteousness, leading to sanctification." There's a lot in there. The last one is Ephesians 4, verses 22 to 24. "To put off your old self, which belongs to your former manner of life and is corrupt through deceitful desires, and to be renewed in the spirit of your minds, and to put on the new self, created after the likeness of God in true righteousness and holiness."